Good evening, manifestors. It is your girl, Nadia Rucker here. It is Monday, April 11th, 2022. I mean, when you look, and it's 11:17 p.m., but when you look at the date, April, which is 4, that breaks down to 2 plus 2. When you look at the day 11, that's 1 plus 1 equals 2, and it's 2022, so 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. So you can look at 424. Google the angel number 424, or you can Google the angel number 222 and see if Spirit has a message in there for you today. So I hope that you guys have been doing like me and participating in the 30 days of manifesting abundance. Of course, I have been doing much more than 15 minutes per week. Um, I've been doing more than that. Hopefully, you have been doing at least 15 minutes per week, and hopefully, maybe you have a partner that you are praying and meditating with. If not, if you're doing it solo, that is fine as well. Let me tell you, anytime you opt to, do something for manifesting, you can expect that there's going to be some, roadblocks and obstacles along the way. Anytime you're trying to do something good, it just always seems like there's something left or right that may come along. The challenge for you is to not let those things throw you off course, or to keep you from doing that which you have set out to do. You may get a call and say no to this, or you may get a call to say something about this during your time. Do not be distracted, because those things are going to come to test you, to see if you're really serious about manifesting that which you desire. And do know that if something comes along, if a door closes, then that means a window is about to be opened, or a whole lane is about to be opened up, okay? Do not be discouraged. Do not be dismayed. Expect some resistance along the way, but be prepared for it, okay? You got to know that, hey, I know what I'm doing. I know that I put my time and my effort in, and I'm being focused now more than I have before. And that spirit, my spirit family, God, my spirit family, which includes my guardian angels, my loved ones on the other side, they are making a way for me. My manifestations will come to pass. I don't care what is being set before me, or what is being texted me, or what is being called and said to me. Sometimes when people say no to you, you got to be able to say, thank you, God, because, I dodged a bullet, and clearly you have something better. Don't let anything throw you off course. Keep up your work, because something bountiful, something amazing is on the way for you. Stay the course. Stay focused. That is from one manifester to the next manifester. Stay focused. Stay the course. Find your 15 minutes per week. And if you can do more, do more. But all I'm asking, because I want you to create this habit, 15 minutes per week. Choose your day. 15 minutes. If you have a partner, join in. Let's pray. Let's meditate. Let's break these generational curses. Let's move. Let's get Spirit to move on our behalf on this situation that we're praying and believing God for. I'm telling you, keep the faith, stay the course. Those 30 days are not up yet. Keep fighting through it and trusting. I know sometimes it's hard when I say fighting through it, fighting through your commitment, because I know the phone is ringing. I know you're receiving text messages. I know people are sending you funny videos all day long. I know that, their family is calling you to do this, and family is calling you to do that, and your job wants you to work overtime, and they want you to fill in this spot, but and in this missing slot. But 15 minutes per week is all I'm asking you to do. And I need you to be committed to that, because there's something that you want. There's something that you desire, and I want you to get it. Okay? If you want me to add your prayer request to my altar, then shoot me an email. It is in the description box. I will put it on my prayer altar, along with the other things that I'm praying for, and I'll be glad to intercede on your behalf. All I ask is that you like, you share, you subscribe, and if you feel the need, send me a donation too. You know what I'm saying? So that, I can continue to grow this channel. There are so many things that I need. If you send it, you do. If you don't, you don't. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna be okay regardless. And if you want to buy an oil, come on, order one. You know what I'm saying? I got plenty of them just for you. There's one in just about each category with your name on it. Okay. But tonight, I wanted to talk a little bit about abandonment issues. So we're getting back to healing that inner child. Like I told you guys before, I don't speak on anything until Spirit downloads it to me. And for some reason tonight, Spirit has me talking about abandonment issues. So God of all creation, I invite you in here now to speak through me, to word my mouth, because there are people who may not even understand what abandonment issues are. And so I'm asking you to help me to explain it to them in a way that they can fully comprehend. But I also want them to be able to identify any areas in their life that abandonment issues are affecting so that they can release them forever and be free in all areas of their life so that they can have abundance in all areas of their lives. Thank you. Amen, amen, and amen again. That's what they say in the church, right? Well, we ain't in church, but most of us have some of that church background. So, abandonment issues. Abandonment issues are typically things that we start seeing in childhood. It is a form of anxiety. You know what I'm saying? It is, you kind of start feeling the abandonment in it. Well, it surfaces in in a mode of anxiety, the emotion of anxiety. That's kind of how we recognize abandonment. It's typically because of, some rejection, um, abuse, or neglect that we've experienced as children. So abandonments, say for instance, your father went off to prison when you were 6 or 7 years old. Your parents got divorced at the age of 4 or 5 years old. Say for instance, you may even, I know we talk, there's a whole different area that deals with grief and loss, but a lot of times children also, you can tie grief and loss into abandonment because it still kind of manifests itself in the same kind of, different forms emotionally. So abandonment can also be like a child experiencing the death of a parent at a young age. So they blame their parents for getting sick and for leaving them. You know what I'm saying? Or, it could be a grandparent, whoever. So I say a significant caregiver in addition to parents. Okay. So it could be your foster mom, your foster father. It could be your aunt or uncle. It could be your grandparents, your cousin. I don't care. Whoever you had a very close relationship with and you love dearly, but that person left you for whatever reason, to go to prison, to go to jail, to go to even if their job sent them off to Korea or Afghanistan, because some of my military kids also feel abandoned when their parents are sent off for years. So whatever it may be, wherein someone that was significant in the caregiving role was no longer available and you felt a sense of loss, uh, abuse, or neglect. Okay. Again, so that neglect could come from that loved one leaving you and because of their drug addiction. They left you at 10 years old, and now you had to be the adult. We've kind of talked about this before. It was an abandonment of your parent. Your parent, God blessed them with you, and their job was to make sure that you were fed, clothed, and taken care of. See, a lot of times parents don't even realize that there's more to having a child than providing food, clothing, shelter. You have to be there for that child emotionally. And oftentimes, our caregivers, our parents, are emotionally unavailable. So, the abandonment kind of comes in place. So, most of the time when you deal with abandonment as a child, you develop like a fear. But you either think because you wind up thinking like people that you love are going to leave you, right? So you wind up forming either what they call secure attachments. What most people no. Most people that have abandonment issues don't have secure attachments. They have insecure attachments. Let me just clarify that. And or disorganized attachments. So let me just tell you what secure attachments are. Secure attachments are people that have healthy attachments and relationships. Okay, so they understand this is my job. I come here to do my job. And once I'm done with my job, I leave and I go home. I don't get overly attached to my job, you know what I'm saying, and let it spill over into my home or, become so attached to work, you know what I'm saying, and my work environment that it affects my home life. They have a balance. They know how to be in relationships. So it's insecure attachments. You know how to form good relationships with coworkers. There's a balance there. It's healthy. When you get in relationships, you have healthy attachments. You're not afraid that they're going to leave you. So you're not doing a lot of the things that you're going to find that I'm going to talk about here shortly, insecure and disorganized attachments. Because it's a healthy relationship. You know how to, you know, um, communicate with people. You know how to, let your feelings go. But so far, you stay balanced within those relationships. When you're in a relationship and you're healthy, you attract healthy people. You know what I'm saying? When you come to terms that, hey, this isn't working for us anymore, you make adult decisions and you can say, okay, well, great. I'm happy for you. You're happy for me, but this relationship isn't working for us, and you guys are able to walk away. You may have a little bit of, emotional healing to do, but it isn't to the point of like you're depressed for months. Now you're drinking more, you're doing things that you normally wouldn't do. You know what I'm saying? It's healthy because you know what works for you, and you are able to be in that healthy attachment and let it go when it needs to end. Okay? And you learn that through having those examples around you as a child. So when you have a household that's full of love and support, when you can talk about your emotions and people are listening and they are engaged and they are there to, if nothing else, but to listen and give you a hug, those are examples of healthy attachments where you're free to come and share how you're feeling as a child and have someone to value your input and support you through it. That's how you typically form those healthy attachments because you've been raised in an environment where your feelings are honored and respected and valued. They're heard. Okay. So when you're in an environment where that is not present, you're very likely going to form some insecure attachments. Okay. So you're not raised in a family where, in a household where people cared about your emotions because, number one, like I've said a few times before, they're too caught up in their own emotional imbalances and emotional issues. So they don't know how to be there for you. And because you've been emotionally neglected, on top of dealing with whatever abandonment issues that you may have with your father leaving at 4, your mother leaving at 7, or whatever, like I said, whether it be for them to leave to go make another family or leave because your families are clashing, you know what I'm saying? And I will be very transparent and say that I can remember, and see, and this is what we don't understand as parents, and that we have to, if we haven't before, hone in on today. That, I remember, my father was the first man I loved, right? First man I loved, the first man that ever showed me unconditional love. And people can say, oh, you were so long when you were divorced. I don't care. You don't understand that toddlers, children know when their fathers are gone or when their mother leaves and you don't see them again for years. It has a major impact on that child. But because the parents are too busy caught up in the emotional roller coaster of their feelings, they think, oh, you're too young to understand what's going on. You may be 12, but you don't really know what's going on. You may be 7, but you don't really know what's going on. You may be 4 or 5, but you don't understand what's going on. It's a lie. A total lie. If you think that your children are not impacted by the relationships and what they see in the home, you are sadly mistaken. Because when I identified that I had abandonment issues, the first thing I saw was standing at the living room door and seeing my father leave. And I don't remember seeing my father again for years. So, abandonment issues. Children experience it. It typically starts in childhood because that's how it winds up impacting and affecting your adult relationships. That's why I've said before that if you thought you were just perfect and like what you went through in your childhood does not have any bearing on where you are today as an adult, get into a serious relationship, move in with someone, get married to someone. And in any long-term relationship, the honeymoon stages are the first couple of months. But stay in there. And I guarantee you that your insecurities, your issues, your abandonment issues, all of that will come to the forefront for you to face. And the purpose, as I keep saying in life, is to be able to connect those dots from your childhood to your adulthood and be able to heal from them, overcome them, so it doesn't affect you and you can teach the next generation. Some people say, well, we don't know what our purpose is. Yes, I'm telling you what your purpose is. Your purpose in life is to take every single bit of abandonment, abuse, neglect, whatever it is, and overcome it and become a better, higher version of yourself and no longer let those things hold you back. Once you identify that, then you can move to whatever else. But overcoming those abandonment issues, which is what we're talking about today. So, like I said, we've talked about secure attachments, but in those insecure attachments, you're going to find that it's going to manifest in ways of like anxiety. You'll see the emotion of anxiety coming up. So, when someone says they're going to leave you or they're out, I don't want to do, then you wind up becoming so clingy. You're so clingy. So when that person says they're going to leave you, you become, that anxiety comes full full-fledged to the front. You can't hide it because you're afraid. Okay, so you're going to leave me. Oh my God, I don't want this person to leave me because now I'm going to have to deal with him leaving me. And then I'm going to have to deal with what I don't even understand that subconsciously I'm still dealing with abandonment when my father left at 4, when my mother left to, because her addiction was more important to her than what seemed to be her family when I was 7 or when I was 8. My father went to prison when I was 9. Okay, so abandonment. So now I got to deal with, okay, you're leaving me. And I don't even understand why I'm acting out so hard. I'm acting out so hard and so emotionally because it's not just about you leaving. It's about me being left before by someone I loved or someone I thought loved me. So you're leaving and I'm acting out, but honestly, it's about more than just you leaving. It's about me having to deal with someone that I love or I thought loved me leaving me again. My daddy left when I was 4 or 5. Now you leaving me too? My mother died on me when I was 5 now or 7. Now you leaving me too? So now I'm already feeling like I'm incapable of love because the people I love so much have left me behind. And now here you go. You're proving to me that I ain't worthy of love. So you're leaving me too. And I am trying to cling on to you. And I'm trying to hold on to you no matter how toxic the relationship is. I'm clinging on to you because I don't want to be abandoned. I would rather hold on to you and your bullshit than to let you go because I don't want to be abandoned. I don't want to be alone. Because when I'm alone, I'm by myself and I gotta think about, oh, he left me. Oh, he left me. Oh, she left me. Oh, she left me. Oh, my mama left me too. Oh, my dad left me too. Nobody loves me. I'm not unworthy. Nobody loves me. Yes, we go through those feelings. You go through those feelings until you recognize that it's really not about her at all leaving me. It's really not about just him. Because honestly, when I look at things like, honestly, we don't even need to be together because this person does not check the boxes on my checklist. But it's the fear of abandonment that has kept me clinging on to some toxicity. Because I don't want to have to deal with the fact that mommy left or daddy left or whatever significant caregiver it was that left me because they died or because they chose something else that to me was more important than me as a child, because I didn't have the emotional understanding, or the physical understanding of understand, to be able to understand that, the relationship was so abusive, like they didn't need to be together, so they needed to be apart. You know what I'm saying? As a child, I don't really understand that. All I know is my mother is no longer in the house. All I know is my daddy is no longer in the house, whatever. And because of that, I have experienced abandonment. So now my insecure attachments are shown through my anxiety when I am in relationships and I'm clinging and holding on to something that I should not be holding on to. I'm holding on to people. I just hate to see people go. And I think about me as a little girl, like anytime we would go to Florida and I would see my family and I love them so, so much. And anytime as a little girl I would leave them, I would cry my heart out like I was never going to see them again. But in my adult years, attaching that to the fact that me going back to me as a little girl, and my dad leaving and not seeing him for years. That is why that abandonment, that clinginess to even my family, like, no, I love y'all so much, please don't leave me, or I don't want to leave you guys, because I never wanted my father to leave. I never wanted to go years without seeing him. So yes, you may not parent, understand it, but that is what's happening to your child. So if you are too disconnected because you are so focused on yourself and your own emotions, know your child is going through something too. Help them by helping yourself. And if you can't be there for them, get them some play therapy at 5, 6, 7 years old. Find someone else to help them. So you get your help and you get your child some help. Because I'm telling you, we wind up growing up into adults still dealing with and with abandonment issues, and winding up attaching to people for the wrong reasons, because we are just looking to not have to deal with abandonment again. Okay? So, those insecure attachments. On the opposite end of being clingy, holding on to someone and not ever wanting them to go, and just being overly, like, always in their face. So it could be like you hanging on to someone that you know is no good for you, or just overly clinging to people, and smothering them, not allowing them to, be who they are. You're needy. You're just overly needy. Like, you're always calling them. They're in the middle of their work day. Hey, baby, I'm just checking on you. I miss you. When are you coming home? Like, you already know I work from this time to that time, but you're calling me, like, you know what I'm saying? Like that. So you're needy. So that's the other end. That's also a part of that anxious type style of attachment. You're just so needy. Has anyone ever told you you're too needy? And if they have, what abandonment issues are you sweeping under the rug? Have you not dealt with? So now you have formed these insecure attachments that you're super needy. You need for somebody to always tell you they love you. You need for somebody to always be close to you. When they're away from you for a few hours, you're calling, when are you coming home? When are you all of this kind of stuff. Like, that is unhealthy. That is unhealthy. If your husband or your boyfriend is having dude night, dude, because I hate to say boyfriend night, but so I hate to say, so friend night. They're having friend night with their homeboys. They have a homeboy night. There we go. They have a homeboy night. One of the friends is getting married, so they're having a bachelor's party. I don't know. He been gone from home for an hour, and you picking up, hey, how's everything going? I miss you. I can't wait till you get home. I need you. I miss you. That is some needy stuff. And it comes from your abandonment issues. It may come from because your mother died when you were 7, and now you think every time, somebody you love is going to leave you, they may not make it back home. Or, you know what I'm saying, your father left when he was, when you were 8 years old because of drug addictions, or he left to go be with another woman, or whatever the situation may be, because your mom couldn't work it out. But you're needy. So you can become overly clingy, holding on to somebody when you know you need to let them go. Or you can become just needy, emotionally needy on someone, which you don't understand. Like, you are really wearing down that person because you have not dealt with your abandonment issues. You got to deal with you, because if you keep pulling on someone emotionally because of your abandonment issues, you're going to eventually push that person away. And it shows how vulnerable you are, how fearful you really are. You're really just afraid underneath. You're really just anxious underneath. You're scared they're not going to come back, like your mama didn't come back. You're scared that they're not going to come back like your daddy didn't come back. You think they're going to leave you. The people that you love the most or that are supposed to love you the most are not going to come back. So you're emotionally dependent on someone else. Or you can be on the opposite end of the spectrum, whereas you just push people away. You show no emotions. You refuse to, become emotionally vulnerable. You're afraid of love. So you don't show emotions. You don't give love because that way you feel like so long as I am, here and I'm somewhat detached, then, I don't have to worry about someone hurting me, or if they leave me, it won't have that impact on me. But you want to live your entire life without truly being able to give love or receive love. You know you got a good person, but because, you're so jacked up inside, you can't accept their love. Or, this is you want to love this person, but you're afraid to open up. Do you want to be 70 years old and never truly love somebody the way you dreamed of, the way, you really want to be loved? Because you're too afraid. Because you're so afraid. Hey, my mama showed me she didn't love me because she left me for drugs. My mama showed me she didn't love me because she left us, with our grandma to go be with him. So because your mama broke your heart, every other woman is not worthy of enough of your heart. Or because your daddy left, no man is deserving of your heart. So you play this game of, with people, but you never really give your heart. But people are trying to love you. They're trying to love you, and you're just pushing them away. You push them away. You know what I'm saying? If they get too close, then you got to do something to sabotage it. You just got to do something to sabotage it. And if you don't recognize what you're doing, I'm helping you today to realize you are sabotaging love and you're pushing people away because of your abandonment issues. Because when your mother was on drugs and she chose drugs over you, you know what I'm saying? You have decided that no woman is deserving of your heart. Because your dad, because he left when you were 4 or 5 years old, and he went and built this family thousands of miles away or hundreds of miles away, and he never ever called a check on you. You know what I'm saying? Now you have those abandonment issues, and now no man can have your heart because he was there with you for 6 years, but he left to go build a family somewhere else. And now you look at men and you're like, you're not worthy of, I'm not worthy of your love. I'm not worthy of your love because my own daddy left me. And if my daddy could leave me, how can I expect you to stay around? So I love you to a certain extent, and I'm going to push you away. I'm going to push you away so that you can't leave me. It'll be more like I pushed you out the door. I'm going to make you leave instead of allowing you to leave on your own, because I don't want you to leave on your own, because then I'll have to deal with you leaving me. And then I have to recognize that, you know what? You know what? Most of the times we don't even recognize. We just know that it's a pain. It's a pain. It's such a painful experience. Such a painful, okay, he left me, or, I'm dealing with this, or she left me, or whatever, and I'm dealing with this. We don't even connect the dots to why it's so painful. It's so painful because our daddy left, our mommy left, our whoever left. And some of us, we deal with the fact that, our older siblings left, like big brother left, and he used to protect me from the fighting in the house. You know what I'm saying? He was my protector. So like when my parents would go to fight, and he was always there to just tell me, hey bro, it's gonna be okay, I got you, man. You know what I'm saying? And console me. But now he's gone, so now I'm dealing with the abandonment of my older sibling leaving. My dad went away to, Afghanistan for 3 years, and I felt abandoned from him because when things were happening at school, and when I really needed him the most, he wasn't there. He was off. He was away. So we deal with abandonment in so many different ways because as children, we don't we don't really know how to process that as we're not adults. We don't process it that way. Even though our father has gone to Afghanistan and we understand that he's on military assignment, at the end of the day, all a child wants is their father, their mother there with them. When they have a rough day at school, they want to pick up the phone and call and be able to say, hey, dad, hey, mom, whatever. But when our parents are not present because they've abandoned us, whether it's like the up and left, or because we feel like why did they die on us, or because they are away on their jobs and we feel like that job is more important to me, whatever, it's still to a child abandonment and it's neglect. So with all of that, we wind up getting in relationships pushing people away, those insecure attachments. So we're pushing them away because we're afraid to love. We're not going to let our hearts open up, but for so much. And if you get too close, we're going to do whatever we can. We're going to sabotage it and push you away. Or we're going to be too needy, just too needy, just so clingy on you. We're pulling all your energy, away because, damn, I'm working all day. Then I come home and I still got to deal with your neediness. Or you're calling me throughout the day and I'm dealing with your neediness because you have refused to do the work to heal yourself. Now you're putting all your burdens on me because you're needy and you're not healed. And obviously I'm not healed either because I'm with an unhealed person. So I'm needy, just all around needy. Okay? Or you're clinging and holding on to something you know it ain't hitting on jack nothing. They don't check nothing but 2 boxes off your list of 10, but you're holding on because you don't want to be alone to deal with yourself. And then you have people with that go back and forth between, okay, I'm over here for 1 week where I'm not gonna let you in, but then the next week I'm here. Okay, I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna let you in. As soon as things get too awkward feeling, because this feeling like love, and I don't know if I can do that because I ain't let you close enough to me for me to be hurt like it was when my mama left you. So I'm gonna push you away again. So you're going on this cycle with this person that has this disorganized, where they back and forth. They just kind of going back and forth. They swinging back and forth between being detached or being too clingy. So they kind of go back and forth. So 1 minute you think, oh my God, he's opening up, he's letting me in. And so you get 1 foot in, get your big toe in on the other foot, and before you can put your own whole other foot in, they doing something to push you away. That's where that toxicity comes in, because that person has not done their healing. And so they continue with their cycle of, I let you in, but you get too close, I'm pushing you away. And when I push you away and now you're threatening on leaving me, so I'm going to try to straighten up and let you in. But then when it gets too uncomfortable again, well, I'm letting you get to my heart like I ain't let you in my heart now because I can't let you hurt me, then I'm going to push you right back out. All of these things stem from abandonment. And because of the abandonment, you wind up going through all of these insecure types of attachments. You start feeling that anxiety of, you don't even, Most of the time, like I said before, because it was a young lady that I mentioned to you guys from a few weeks ago. She couldn't understand why, when she was around a group of people, she felt anxiety, right? And it stemmed from her childhood of being in classrooms with people that looked nothing like her, okay? And then being in a home where there's a lot of fighting, okay? So when you are dealing with abandonment issues, and now you see it in your attachments, unhealthy attachments with people, it's because very likely of abandonment issues. You don't understand why. Why every time I know I need to leave this relationship alone. Like, I'm okay, I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it. I'm just be honest because I'm not happy here. This person is not supportive of me. All we do is argue, all we do is fuss, and all we do is fight. But as soon as you get to that point where you say, okay, we're done, then you're like, no, 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 because you don't want to deal with the abandonment. Because you haven't connected the dots subconsciously to understand that abandonment is coming from your childhood, from when mommy left you to go be with whoever she went to be with, or because she was dealing with her drug addiction, or she went off to prison, or when dad left because him and my mom got divorced. So, in an effort to, you know, make her mad and to also do your healing, you stay away from the whole family for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, and your kids have missed out on that bonding time with you because, you know what I'm saying, you and your wife have been divorced, and you're not thinking about how the trauma is causing the children. So they are dealing with abandonment, but you're dealing with the divorce and trying to heal from that. It's a whole circular, it's a whole lot of circular things happening. You got parents dealing with emotions, children being abandoned, children becoming adults, children now dealing with the abandonment issues, and now they're attaching to the wrong people. They're being too clingy, or they're being detached, where they're scared of love because they don't want to be hurt. They don't want to go through it again. What has caused you to have insecure attachments and holding on to things you shouldn't hold on to, or be too needy, or be too detached? Who left you? Who was emotionally unavailable to you? Who neglected you? Think about it. And when you do, I want you to envision yourself at that age when they walked out on you, when they abandoned you, whoever it was. And I want you to look at them and tell them in your mind's eye, use your visualization. I want you to look up, if it's your dad or your mom, and say, I forgive you. And then I want you to look at yourself, that little 10-year-old, and I want you to tell yourself, we're okay. We're okay. We're free. We don't have to hold on to that abandonment anymore. Mommy, I release you for leaving me. Daddy, I release that hurt and that pain and that disappointment from you leaving me. Mommy, when you died, I know it wasn't your fault. I know that you didn't intend to die. I understand that we all have a date and an hour. And I no longer am angry at you for leaving and dying on me. Daddy, I'm no longer angry that you went to prison on me when I was 7. Daddy, I'm no longer mad and going to allow the hurt that I felt from you going to prison to hold me bound. Yes, I did. I accept the fact that I went through the most precious times in my life without a father. I accept the fact that I went through the most precious times in my life without my mother present, or without my grandmother, or whoever your caregiver was. I accept that you were not there because you had your own issues that you were dealing with. But now I am an adult, and I am making the conscious decision, and I am putting forth the effort now to release myself from all of that hurt, that pain, and that disappointment, all those tears that I've cried, all that longing that I had. I'm releasing it now because I can't change what happened then. I can only change now. And right now, I'm deciding to be free, to be healed, and to not let what happened to me when you left me hold me bound. Because you know what? God is within me. And all I got to do is connect with God within me. And once I connect, I know that I am worthy. I know that I am deserving. I understand my purpose. And my purpose is to not let what you did to me hold me back. And to not let what you did to me be repeated in my children, in my life. And if I have repeated any of it, I'm going right now to correct it and change the course and change the path, change the lane, change the direction in which I am going. Yes, I was abandoned. But you know what? I ain't abandoned nobody else. And I will not be in situations where that abandonment from my past is going to hold me bound, because I'm going to have healthy relationships with myself and with the spirit within me. So I will attract people who have done the healing as well. I had a young man the other day. See, I need a woman like you in my life. I need a woman like you know what I'm saying? Because I need a woman that can do this. I need a woman that can listen. I need a woman I can talk to. I need somebody like you. I need this. I need that. I need this. No. What you want to do is do your healing. And you want to attract someone or connect or attach to someone who has done the healing as well. So you come whole and they come whole. Don't work on this healing and then go backwards. Because once you do the healing, it's like you done came up here. You can't attack my weaknesses anymore. You can't attack. Those weaknesses are gone. So you can't I can't come down here and attach to someone that's broken and bring my brokenness to the table for them. Once I'm healed, I need somebody up here that's healed with me. So you got to bring 100 and I'm going to bring 100. Then we can build an empire. Because I will be supportive of you. You will be supportive of me. When I have a bad day, I got you to come to. When you got a bad day, you got me to come to. But you're not clingy. You're not needy. We're just growing together. And we're reaching new heights together. Ain't nobody out here healed wanting somebody broken to come bring them back down. So yeah, I have people all the time to come towards me. But when I look at your energy, you ain't healed. You needy. I can't bring myself down to someone who's not healed. So when you are doing this healing, I've told you this before. Once you heal, you're not going to want to be connected with people that's going to bring you down or just going to always be pulling on your energy. People from my past may not understand why I don't connect with them anymore, because that $200-300 don't do it for me no more, baby. That little bit of this and that little bit of that don't do it. I'm up here. I'm healed now. So you know what I'm saying? Your little energy of trying to pull and drain me, it ain't enough. Those little games you playing, I'm beyond that. Been there, done that. Got the t-shirt. So when you connect those dots to those abandonment issues, I mean, you could have been in the home with your mother and your father or whatever and still felt abandoned because they were not there for you emotionally. But once you do that healing, you're going to be up here. And it's going to be hard to come down here with somebody on some bullshit because I'm up here under the hill. I done went from level 1 to level 2 because I dealt with my issues. Then I moved to level 3. Now I'm up here to level 4. Why in the world am I going to waste my time to come down here with you when you still on level 2 and ain't trying to go to level 3? That's what healing does. When you're healed and you understand and you are better because of it, healing is what takes you higher. Money don't necessarily take you higher. Healing does. Look at the things that Jay-Z says about how he has grown. You know what I'm saying? How he has matured over life. You know, the man went through a whole lot of things, but he's matured so much. He has so much to offer to us from an emotional and mental standpoint. Not to mention financial, but he has done a lot of inner healing. So that's why he's up here. Oprah, I don't care what you say about her. Oprah had to do a lot of healing. Her childhood was rough. But her healing is what helped her elevate to fight and understand, you know what? I don't care what happened to me. I am going to make it. I'm going to heal from it. I'm going to heal these wounds. I'm not going to let them hold me bound. And it's your job to do your healing too. All of us come in here with something. Don't or do not stay on level 2. Heal and elevate. And I'm going too long. It seems like it's just getting good for me. And I want to keep going. But I ain't because I got to end this video. Because I'm going to tune. Y'all going to tune out on me because you're at work. You're getting in your bathtub. You're taking your shower. And I ain't trying to take up all your time. Just heal from me. Your future is waiting. Level 3 is waiting on you, baby. Do the work. Grab yourself. I say your name. I'm Nadia Victoria. I am worthy. I am worthy and deserving of my best life. For I am courageous and bold enough to confront any and all of my past issues head on, release them, and heal from them, and create a new healed life for me and my family so we can all be emotionally intelligent and free, so that we can overcome all abandonment issues and attachment issues and not be in situations that are not beneficial to us and not serving for our higher good, and just overall not good for our mental, physical, emotional well-being. I am deserving of wealth and abundance in all areas of my life because I choose to heal from all childhood wounds and break generational curses. If anything was said here that resonated with you, like I said, if you want an oil, do not hesitate to look in that description box. If you want to do a spiritual assessment to help you connect the dots, reach out to me. And if you don't want to meet with me, you can still reach out to me. I have a network of people that I can connect you to. I'm talking about some bad spiritual people that have helped me out along the way. Okay. So it is Manifestation Goddess, Nadia Victoria. Love you guys. I am signing off. Good night.